Good day, everyone. Let's talk about ships, not the ones in movies, but the real ones that carry people and cargo across oceans. They're huge, powerful, and built to survive storms. But what keeps them safe isn't just size, it's smart design. Today, we're going to explore some of the most important parts of a ship. The structures that keep water out and people alive. We'll look waterlight, bulkheads, and compartments, which act like invisible walls inside the ship. Then, we'll check out weather-tight structures like hatch covers and deck houses that protect the ship from rain and waves. We'll also learn how these parts are tested, and inspected. Because just like checking if your umbrella has holes before a storm, ships need regular checkups too. And finally, we'll look at real-life example of what happens when things go wrong. Like tragic sinking of the MD Estonia, where a failed bow visor led to disaster. So, get ready to learn how smart design, strong materials, and regular inspections work together to keep ships and people safe at sea. Let's begin. By the end of this lesson, student will be able to 1. Define watertight and weathertight structures and explain their roles in ship safety. Number 2. Identify different types of watertight bulkheads and compartments used in ship design. Number 3. Give example of common weathertight structures such as hatch covers and deck house. Number 4. Describe basic testing and inspection methods used to check the integrity of ship structures. Analyze real-life case studies of structural failures, including the MV Estonia incident, and explain what went wrong. Number 6. Compare the functions and importance of watertight versus weathertight. Features in preventing maritime accidents.
Good day, everyone. Today, I will explain the types of watertight bulkheads and compartments in ships. First, let's define them. Watertight bulkheads are vertical walls inside the ship that are designed to stop water from flowing from one area to another. They extend up to the deck and act as barrier. Meanwhile, watertight compartments are the closed spaces or sections of the ship that are created by the bulkheads and decks. Now, let's talk about the types of watertight bulkheads. The collision bulkhead is found near the bow or front of the ship. It protects the rest of the vessel if the bow is damaged in a collision. The after peak bulkhead is the astern or back and separates the stern peak tank from other spaces. The fore and aft machinery space bulkheads enclose the engine room to keep water out of vital machinery. Finally, midship transverse bulkheads divide cargo holds or passenger spaces to increase safety. For the bulk for the watertight compartments, these are the actual spaces formed by the bulkheads. For the forepeak tank and afterpeak tank are usually used for ballast water. Cargo holds are divided into compartments for both safety and cargo handling. The engine room compartment is kept separated to protect machinery. The double bottom compartment under the hull and adds strength and can also hold ballast. To put it simply, bulkheads are the wall that block waters. Compartments are the rooms created by the walls. This system is very important because if one part of the ship gets damaged and floods, the water will stay in the compartment instead of sinking the whole ship. Now, let me extend further. The idea of watertight bulkhead is not new. It actually dates back hundreds of years. Ancient Chinese ships already used compartmentalization to limit flooding, and this principle is still applied in modern shipbuilding today. The big difference now is that regulations, such as those from SOLAS or from International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, make it mandatory for ships to have a minimum number of watertight bulkheads and compartments, depending on their size and purpose. In another important point is that not all bulkheads are the same. Some are structural bulkheads which add strength to help ship's body, while others are non-structural. Mainly, they're, they're to contain flooding. Either way, both improve the overall safety of the vessel. We also need to remember that watertight compartments are not just for emergency. They are very useful in day-to-day operation. For example, ballast tanks helps adjust the ship trim and stability. Cargo holds are carefully separated so that goods can be managed more effectively. Even the double bottom tanks improve both strength and safety. One of the famous lessons about importance of bulkheads and compartments comes from the Titanic disaster in 1912. The Titanic had watertight bulkheads, but they didn't extend high enough. When several compartments were breached, water spilled over from one to another, leading to the ship sinking. This tragedy highlighted why bulkheads and compartments must be designed to strict safety standards. In the modern ships, the number and placement of these bulkheads are carefully calculated, so that even if two or more compartments are flooded, the ship can still float and remain stable. This is known as the ship's floatable length concept. And lastly, the crew is also trained to make sure that use of these compartments. They perform regular watertight integrity checks, making sure that doors, hatches, and valves are properly sealed. In emergencies, closing the right compartments quickly can make the difference between survival and disaster.
Hi, good day everyone. I'm Midshipman Bungar, your speaker for today videos. And now let's move on to example of weather tight structure, especially hatch cover and deck houses. First, let's clarify what weather tight means. A weather tight structure is designed to keep out sea water's rain and spray under normal sea and weather conditions. Unlike watertight structure, they are not built to resist. continuous pressure when submerged underwater. So, if a compartment floods, a weather-tight boundary won't hold water the way a watertight bulkhead would. Instead, its role is mainly to protect the ship, cargo, and crew from weather exposure on the open deck. For example is the hatch cover. Hatch cover are large panel that close the opening of cargo holds on cargo ship like bulk carriers and container ship. The hatch cover are critical because they prevent seawater from entering the holds and damaging the cargo. Imagine a bulk carrier loaded with grain or coal. If water enter through a damaged or poorly sealed hatch cover, the cargo can become waterlogged, swell, or even ship inside the hold. This doesn't just damage the cargo, it can also affect the ship stability. In the worst cases, flooding through hatch cover has caused ship to capsize the sea. That's why hatch cover are equipped with rubber gasket, securing cleats and damming channel that feature ensure the tight seal and allow any minor water leakage to drain away. Crew member regularly inspect hatch cover for crack, worn out gasket, or rust. Even a small gap could let in seawater during heavy waves. The second example is deck house. Deck house are superstructure built on the deck. They are important areas like the navigation bridge, the crew's accommodation, mess room, and sometimes the machinery control room. Because deck house is exposed to wind, spray, and rain. Their door, windows, and bulkhead must be weather tight. If not, seawater could enter the and cause serious problem. For instance, water entering the navigation bridge can damage electrical system and navigational equipment, while entering the accommodation area could make living conditions unsafe for the crew. Think of it this way. If deckhouse loses its weathertight integrity, it's like leaving a window open during a storm at sea. Even small leaks can weaken safety and comfort on board. Why do this example matter? Because both hatch cover and deck houses are excellent illustration of how weathertight structure protect the vessel from the harsh marine environment. They don't stop water pressure below the surface like water bulkhead do, but from the ship's first line of defense against wave, rain, and spray. They are safety defense not only on good design but also on continuous maintaining and inspection. Seals, look, and gasket must always be checked. Many accidents at sea have shown that Neglecting even small details like a missing clutch of a hatch cover can lead to a major disaster. In conclusion, hatch cover protect the cargo and keep the hold dry while deck houses protect the crew and essential equipment. Both are vital of the overall safety and ship. By ensuring these weathertight structures remain in good condition to reduce the risk of flooding, cargo loss, and operational failures at sea. So, next time we see a ship in port, we should remember that behind of those simple looking panels and superstructure are critical system designed to keep the vessels safe against forces of natures. And that's all. Thank you for watching.
Good day everyone. I'm Jomar Cabullo from PSMT3 Charlie. Today, I will discuss testing and inspection methods. These processes are very important in ensuring that materials, equipment, and systems are safe, reliable, and meet the required standards. Number 1. Testing versus inspection. Testing. Apply stress operation to check performance. Process of operating or stressing a component system to verify performance, safety, and reliability, including pressure test and load test. Let's go to the inspection. Examine condition and conformity. Careful examination using census tools or instrument to check condition, conformity, or defects, including visual inspection or ultrasonic inspection. While testing involves subjecting a material or system to conditions to measure its performance, while inspection is mainly about observing and checking for defects or irregularities. Number 2. Common testing methods. Non-destructive testing or NDT ensures quality without damaging materials. Ultrasonic testing or UT uses sound waves to detect flows inside materials. Radiographic testing or RT uses X-ray or gamma rays to reveal internal defects. Magnetic particle testing or MT detects surface or subsurface cracks in ferromagnetic materials. Liquid penetrant testing or PT reveals subsurface breaking defects by dye penetration. Eddy current testing or ECT uses electromagnetic induction to detect flows in conductive materials. NDT methods are widely used because they allow us to check materials without damaging them. For example, ultrasonic testing uses sound waves to reveal widened cracks inside the structures. Number 3. Destructive testing. Tensile test. Check strength. Number 2. Impact test. Check toughness. Number 3. The hardness test. Check resistance. Number 4. The bend test. Check ductility. Number 3. The destructive testing. Number 1. The tensile test. Check strength. Number 2. Impact test. This check toughness. Number 3. Hardness test. This check resistance. Number 4. Bend test. Check ductility. Destructive test push a sample until failure. Although the part cannot be reused, The result provide valuable information about strength, durability, and material behavior. Number 4. Inspection methods. Visual inspection or VI. Basic, quick, and effective. Number 2. Dimensional inspection. It measures accuracy of size. Or 3. Borescope inspection. Internal checks with camera. Number 4. Welds inspection. It ensures weld quality and safety. Number 5. Surface and corrosion checks. Inspection is often the first defense against defects. A simple usual check can identify surface cracks, while advanced tools like borescopes allows us to inspect internal areas. Number 5. Importance in industry. Ensures safety and compliance. Number 2. Prevents accident and failures. Number 3. Supports particular maintenance. Number 4. Build reliability and trust. Maritime hulls, engines, safety gear. In industry like shipping, aviation, and construction, proper testing and inspection are non-negotiable. For example, in maritime operation, SOLAS requires strict inspections of hull integrity, safety equipment, and machineries. And lastly, conclusion. Testing, performance verification, while inspection, condition verification. Together, they ensure safety, quality, and reliability. To conclude, testing and inspection work hand in hand. One checks how systems perform under stress. The other ensure they are defect-free and compliant. Both are vital to safety and quality in every industry. Now that's all. Thank you.
I am Michik Roman Buenafor and I'm going to talk about the case study regarding the given topic. So, first is with the MV Estonia. It is a passenger ship that sank in 1994. Its bow visor, a weather-tight part, broke off during rough seas. The water rushed in and the ship flipped over. More than 850 lives were lost. The lesson is weather-tight parts must be strong and checked regularly. Next is the Herald of Free Enterprise. In 1987, this ferry left port with its front door still open. Water flooded the car deck within minutes and the ship tipped over. 193 people died. And then this strategy teaches us that safety checks are not optional. They are life-saving. Then we have the SS El Faro, a cargo ship that sailed into a hurricane in 2015. It lost power and couldn't escape the storm. All 33 crews were lost. And then, in 1987, the MV Kurdistan, a tanker, broke in half during cold weather. The steel became brittle and cracked. Thankfully, no one died, but oil spilled into the sea. This case shows us that materials must be matched the environment they're used in. And lastly, the Costa Concordia in 2012, this cruise ship hit rocks near the shore and tipped over. 32 people died even close to land. Navigation errors can be deadly. So why does this matter? Why should we care about bulkheads, hatch covers, or inspection methods? Watertight bulkheads and weathertight structures may sound like engineering jargon, but they're the reason ships stay afloat when things go wrong. These features are designed to stop water from spreading, to protect cargo, and most importantly, to protect lives. Now, imagine a ship without proper compartments. One crack in the hull, and water rushes in unchecked, unstoppable. So that's how disaster begin. But with strong bulkheads and sealed covers, damage can be contained. The ship stays stable. Rescue becomes possible. Testing and inspection are just as vital. A hatch cover that looks fine might leak under pressure. A door that seems secure might fail in storm. That's why we test. That's why we inspect. Because prevention is always better than tragedy. We've seen that what happens when this system fail. The MV Estonia sank because a bow visor gave away. The Herald of Free Enterprise went down because a door was left open. The SS El Faro was lost in a hurricane with aging systems and poor planning. These aren't just stories, they are lessons written in lives lost. So today, we explore definition and differences. This isn't just about ship design, it's about responsibility. It's about learning from the past to protect the future. Because every bulkhead, every seal, every inspection is a promise. And safety comes first always. Thank you, everyone.